One of the questions I get asked by people just starting their journey into kitesurfing is, what's the fastest way to learn to kitesurf? Well, over the years I've given this a rather large amount of thought, mainly so I could improve the way I teach, and I've nailed it down to a few crucial elements which I consider essential if you're to learn in the fastest time possible with the least frustration. Over this series of videos, I'm going to go into them in order, starting right at the beginning. Now, before you even start to look at a suitable location to learn in or decide which school to use, there's one element crucial to sort out if you're going to be successful. You must carve out your time to learn. Now, by this, I mean give yourself a reasonable amount of condensed time to crack it. You see, the big mistake I see people making time and time again is they think kitesurfing is something they'll crack at the weekends. And while this sounds great in practice, unless you live somewhere where it's windy all the time, Sod's Law says it'll never be windy when you're free. Meaning people who learn this way often manage at best one weekend a month. That's after life's got in the way. You know, when you consider in most places the kitesurfing season is maybe 6 months long, this means they'll only be getting 6 sessions a year, spread out over 6 months. Now consider the role of skill fade. After a month off the water, you're going to take the first 30 minutes of your next session just getting back to where you left off a month ago. Considering most people will only manage 2 to 3 hours on the water when they're learning, at least half of which is going to be spent walking back up the beach and probably a good amount untangling lines, you're probably realistically getting between 30 minutes and an hour a month on the water of quality learning time, which simply isn't enough. To the point where I guarantee you, learning like this will most likely lead to you giving up well before you actually ride. Now contrast this with the people who do learn. They book a week or even 2 in a place where it's consistently windy, with an instructor who can maximise their time on the water. Because they're practicing every day, skill fade's not an issue. And at the end of their time, they're confident enough to take themselves out when they get back home. This is just one of the reasons we've chosen to give our lessons in Tarifa, the most consistently windy spot on the planet. So when you come for lessons with us, you've got a great chance of getting out every single day. We combine this with our unlimited hours style of teaching to give you the absolute best chance of getting up and riding. And if there's no wind one day, you don't pay. So if you want to learn to kitesurf 3 times faster, just click the link which should be appearing somewhere around the video right now. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you next time.